Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to another Transformers review. Today we're going to be taking a look at this really nice pack of, well, it's a Unicron Companion Pack. Behold Galvatron, and this is the special reformatted version of Galvatron. And for a figure that I didn't initially like, I sure seem to be collecting a lot of them. But this looked too good to pass up, so yeah, I thought I'd get it. So right, let's have a look around the box, and it is a Gen Select as far as I'm aware, but it does come in this really nice box for a change. This is much nicer than the usual plain boxes that we've been getting. So here you've got a really nice picture of Galvatron on the front there, and you can see Unicron up in the corner. That's very nice. I don't know if that's taken from the Unicron box, because I didn't get Unicron. So, yeah. Right, round this side we have got, well, Galvatron shoulder, basically. Nothing on the back. It's a bit starry, which is quite nice. Nothing really on that side. Orpha Cybertron on the top, and yeah, behold Galvatron Unicron Companion Pack. So I have previously opened this, so I'll just pop it open so we can have a quick look at the packaging on the inside. So, oh, it's a bit awkward. There's a quick look at Unicron. Sorry, Galvatron even. Got Unicron on the brain now. So. But obviously we'll have a closer look in a minute. And then, I don't know how well this is going to come out. Hold on a sec. Let me just raise up a little bit, see if we can get this in. You got this nice illustration there of Galvatron on that background that we see him getting reformatted from Megatron by Unicron. And that is very nice. I have been keeping these boxes, but I've been mainly keeping them to keep stuff in, but I think this one I will actually be packing away and keeping because it is very nice. And in this box here you have all the accessories, but we will get to that shortly. So that's it for the packaging. Don't know why I'm putting it back together, so you can see it there one more time. There we go. Let me crack him out of the box and we will take a closer look at Galvatron and all the bits that he comes with. Right, so here's Galvatron and everybody else out of the box, and we've got a lot to look at in this set. So let's start off by doing the stuff that we know we were going to get, or rather, you know, the stuff that we usually get. So we do get instructions, and these are actually really nice. I do like the way they've done this, especially like the, you know, everybody getting flung off into space here, which is pretty cool. Also on the inside, in case you are, you know, you have poor eyesight like me, and you're not sure who's who, and the little mini figures, you get a very nice explanatory panel there which shows you who's who and what's what, which is great, because I honestly, when I was unpacking this, I was like, I cannot for the life of me remember this thing, so that was helpful. I had no idea what that was. So yeah, those are all the minis that you get, and the instructions themselves are very nice. So yep, that, and you get another matrix, and this one is done in the same translucent plastic as the main figure. If I can get it to focus, there we go. The chain itself is just solid, a solid purple, but the matrix is see-through, and you can see that, very nice, catches the light beautifully. So yeah, that's really cool, like that. I'm just going to put that back on there because I will lose it otherwise. You do get these weird revenge gun things again. I mean, I'm still not massively fussed on these, but I have to say, in the translucent, I think they work quite well. They do look quite nice. So you do get two of those, of course, because we got two in the original release and in the toy colours release. So yeah, and just like those, you can fit them together if you want one big revenge gun. So there's those. And you do, of course, get the cannon, and that is packed separately. So, but yeah, this piece is done in the same colours and plastic as Galvatron, but the main cannon piece is just it's a lighter. It's more like a pink actually, but yeah, you get that. But it looks nice. I think that the toy colour one is my favourite one so far, but this one's quite nice also. So yeah, so those are the things that we were, you know, it was pretty much obvious we were going to get because we'd got them before. So the new things are, of course, these 3 mini spaceships. And yeah, mine's a little bit warped. I need to get a hairdryer on that, but yeah, it's not a big deal. So this is the Junkion ship. Am I alone in not remembering this from the movie? I really genuinely cannot remember this ship. But then, to be fair, I can barely remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, so it's not surprising. But it's quite nicely done. It's just, it's in a sort of a softer plastic, and it's just painted silver on the wings and this piece here. But the detailing is quite nice. So there's that. And then you get another little revenge, and mine is not happy. Yeah, again, you're gonna need to heat that up and get that sorted, but yeah, you get the idea. It's gonna be like that. And it's just I'm not sure. I was gonna say I'm not sure what colour it is because it did look like it was painted. It's yellow, so they've cast in yellow, presumably in the same. They put these 3 in the same mould by the looks of it, and then they've just painted this one purple, a little bit of silver. So yeah, I thought that was painted. It felt more like it was paint. So yeah, so you get that one. It's quite nice. I'm sure it'll look better when it's burp. And then you get the little Quintesson ship, which I do remember from the film. I definitely remember this one. And again, this one is cast in yellow, and it just has some silver paint on it. But again, it's nicely detailed, given the size. I might have a go at repainting parts of it, just give it a little bit of detail. But yeah, looks quite good. If you have Unicron, obviously, if you're buying this set, you will have the display base that you can put all these on. I didn't get Unicron, so yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put these. I'm sure I've got a stand I could put them on. Right, and then that brings us down to all these little mini dudes, and you do get quite a few. So let's start with Dinobots. So let's go. This is going to be fun. Let's see how close in we can get this. Right, so you've got a little Grimlock, and he's not badly detailed given the size. It's quite obviously Grimlock. And he's in quite a dynamic pose as well, given he's like, I don't know, it's like half a centimetre at most. But there's a little thing on the bottom, which again I think you can just slot him into the stand for Unicron. So he looks quite good. And we have Swoop. And yeah, my Swoop's beak is a little bit off, but I'm sure I can fix that. His wings are a little bit off also, but they're so tiny. And I have challenged myself to paint these. Now I do and have painted miniatures, usually like Games Workshop miniatures, but these are way smaller. So if anybody would like to see me paint these, let me know. and then I will try and video it, but it's going to be difficult because they're so small, and I'm going to have them quite close to my face because I can't see otherwise. But here we've got Snarl, and again it's quite interesting that they've managed to get little bits of detail in, so I think it's pretty impressive given the size of these. If you're unsure of how big these are, here's a AA battery, so yeah, tiny. And these are the big ones. I think Snarl is like the biggest, and then we've got Slag. I might try and get a craft knife in there just to separate those horns. Else he's more like a duoceratops than a triceratops. Again, pretty cool. So let's have a look at some of the Decepticons that we get. And we have a Megatron for that whole, you know, like before and after. Sorry, you couldn't see that. Yeah, before and after. So if I can get this back in focus. There we go. And again, there's a surprising amount of detail on this, given how small it is. I'm really, really surprised. It's quite something. So there's Megatron. And we get Starscream. He is not wearing a crown, and he does not have a cape. So this is pre-coronation Starscream. Yep, pretty cool. And we've got my all-time favourite. We've got a Soundwave. They've even managed to get the eject button moulded into the top on his shoulder there. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is just there. I mean, I know that they would have sculpted these larger and then they would have been shrunken down for the mould, but even so, that's still quite impressive. And then we have a little dirge. It's just and Cyclonus. And finally, for the Decepticons, we have Scourge. At least I'm assuming it's Scourge. Actually, it did say, didn't it? Yeah, it was Scourge. Now I feel like I've said Scourge too many times. So that was Scourge, in case you were unsure. And then we've got another one of my favourite bots, and this is Perceptor. Very nice. And Cap. Ultra Magnus. Strangely, no Springer. I would have thought they would have done Springer. But... and This one, I mean, this is RC, and she is absolutely the smallest one. She is so tiny. Let me get that battery out again. That's how big RC is next to a AA battery. She is minuscule. I don't even know. She doesn't even go from top to bottom on, you know, on a widthways. It's just, she's just minuscule. So I think she's probably gonna be the most difficult one to paint, you know, so it looks good. I would like to cut some of that flashing off between her arms and her body there, but I don't think I'd be able to do it without ruining it. But yeah, like I said, if you wanna watch a middle-aged person try and paint these things, let me know, because I'm gonna do it anyway, so I might as well record it if anybody's interested. Right, so that's everything you get. So let's get to Galvatron himself. I'm sorry if you think I spent too much time on those, then, you know, feel free to skip through those. But I just wanted to give you a good look at them. So anyway, here's Galvatron, and I absolutely love this. This is just amazing. He looks... he looks just like that scene. I mean, obviously there's parts where he's not completely translucent. You know, you've got some bits where it's probably better that he wasn't, but for the most part, it works really well. On my camera it's coming off more blue than purple. That might just be my screen, it might look different when I put it through editing, but it's a really nice purple as well. It's a nice deep purple. It's absolutely gorgeous. The only problem with it in this mode is that obviously there's no paint. Basically, you've got the paint that you see, which is, you know, just the lines. But you know, it's kind of expected, because if we want it to look like that one scene, then yeah, it's gotta be this way. But he does have some paint in his eyes. I hope you can see. It's very difficult to see. Get some light in there. It's basically it's more of a sort of a lavender, but then I think if they'd have done it any darker, you would have lost them completely. And of course, with it being translucent plastic, it's a bit more difficult to see the details. But if you have either of the previous Galvatron releases, you know what you're getting anyway. And I think at this point, most collectors have got one or the other. But yeah, I like the... I assume this is tampoed on. I'd be impressed if somebody painted all these on. Yeah, I think most of it's tampoed on, but it looks really good. It's very crisp. You know, there's nothing in the wrong place as far as I can see. It all looks really nicely done. So yeah, overall, I think this figure looks absolutely gorgeous. So now you get an idea. See here, you've not got the translucent plastic on here, but there had to be some parts where you wouldn't be able to get it. And oh look, the shoulders look different. Yeah, I'm still not buying that, Hasbro. I'm still not buying that. But anyway, yeah, he looks really cool. I am gonna pause the video here and transform him off camera, because there's no point in me going over it again. I did it in my previous video, so if you'd like to see the transformation, then do pop over to that one and have a look. But it's the exact same transformation, and this video is getting quite long as it is, so I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. I forgot the comparison again, didn't I? I was getting ahead of myself, and I didn't put his cannon on. So let's put the arm cannon on. That's me trying to keep this one relatively short. But there we go, that's that one. And there is the toy colour version. I've got the other one in its alt mode, so I'm just going to leave it like that, to be honest. but you get the idea. There's those two together. But I'll bring the other one in the alt mode comparisons. So there, yeah. I still love this one. I think this one might just be pushing this one out slightly, but this one's still my favourite of the ones that we previously had. So, okay, right, now I'm going to do that transformation. I will be back in a moment. Right, so here is Galvatron in his alt mode, and yeah, I mean, just like the robot mode, I think this is a gorgeous looking alt mode. It does just look so nice. Yeah, let's get in on it. Yeah, I mean, it's all the same sort of details that you saw in the robot mode, but yeah, it does look really good like this. Just see there in the wheels. It's a bit of detailing, but it's not a great deal different than the alt mode, obviously. Yeah, just but yeah, just it looks really good. It's it looks gorgeous. I don't know what else to say really. It's such a nice piece. So let me just bring in the original. So this is the first release, and yeah, as I said, if you saw my other review on the toy version, I didn't bother reviewing this because yeah, I was a bit gutted with this, to be honest. But there you can see the two movie Galvatrons together. Yeah, good idea there, I think this is something special though. Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but sometimes it's just a matter of go for it. You know, I'm probably gonna regret this, and probably at some point it's gonna go down in price, but I was just like, yeah, I get one now or maybe miss out on it, and I really didn't want to because yeah, it just looks so good. It's just such a nice looking figure, it really is. So when it comes to all these extra pieces, I didn't really show them in the robot mode, but you know, I don't really think there's any way you can put these in this. I think maybe you can just put these on here. Yeah, you can probably just put them on there. I think it's like that in the pictures, but yeah. But really, as far as I'm concerned, the only weapon that Galvatron needs is here. So right, I think that's all I have to say about this guy. I got this from Hasbro Pulse. I think I hate saying this because I really didn't think the first Galvatron deserved the price point, especially with the shoulder issue. But this was only, I think, £7 or £8 more than what I paid for the original release, and it's just leaps and bounds better. The way it looks is it really sort of stands out. You know, if you have this on your shelf and people aren't familiar with Galvatron, I think they'll say, "Oh, who's that?" and maybe, you know, get a conversation going on the character. It's just a standout piece. It looks gorgeous, and you get all the little mini dudes. You know, you get those extra ships, 3 extra ships. I think it's worth it. I do. I genuinely think it's worth it. And you know me, I don't say that very often, especially when it comes to Hasbro. But I think for this one, I think if you don't get this one and you miss it, you might regret it. So I would 100% say, if you're thinking of getting it, get it, because it's a gorgeous piece, it really is. But that's it, that's all I'm going to say on the subject now. So, as always, thanks for joining me. Do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.